And now it's time for Coach's Comments, presented by Southside Auto Tech. Cristiano Simonetta with you, joined alongside in the broadcast booth by Stars head coach and GM Chris Michael. And first of all, Mikes, I know you're not going to want to talk about this, but congratulations on your first win as a Lincoln Stars head coach and first win as a head coach in the USHL. How did that one feel for you personally? And then we'll get to the guys, because this was an outstanding game with roller coaster highs and lows, and your guys ended up with a 5-4 win.
First of all, thank you. I appreciate that. It felt great. Winning doesn't matter if it's your first one or however many times you do it, winning is better than losing. So, but that's enough about me. We're all about the we over me, so we're going to continue that here, but I do appreciate it.
What a game. Scoring by committee. Guys that didn't have the most USHL experience. Alexei Sergeyev, what a goal in the third period. Aiden Thompson in the second period. Jake Bonet leading off. There's so many different ways to start this conversation, but how can you describe this valiant effort by your group? Guys that, again, rookies in this league, and you have veteran presences from Dom James, even a guy like Carter Shade, poking the puck up ahead for a 2-on-1. Everybody bought in, and you saw the result.
I think that's a token to our group. It starts with our leadership group, the captains, our leadership group as a whole. There's 9 of them. But what you saw tonight is what we see every day. It's a group that works. It's a group that is resilient. We've been through a lot as a group in a couple months here, from the beginning of training camp to the preseason to the regular season. We're getting games postponed and added and all these things. And tonight was the culmination of a group that is just finding its way as a group. They're guys that will never quit. And the big thing we always talk about, and you've heard me say it before on the air, is our response. And what's our response? When things go wrong, how are you going to respond to them? And you have 2 options. You have an in response or an out response. And you know what? I couldn't be more proud of our guys for having an in response there when they make it 4-2. Our goaltender makes an unbelievable save on a 3-on-0 that kind of flipped that game on its head, and you can hear it on the bench that those guys they owed him, and they wanted to go get it back for him, and they did. So we're extremely proud of our group.
The response as well from the penalty kill. After allowing 4 goals against Des Moines last Saturday, you come up with 5 successful kills out of 6 attempts. What were the adjustments made during the week to get your guys back on the right swing of things? Because you killed off 6 for 6 against Tri-City. You allow 4 out of 5 against Des Moines. And you come back once again to simplifying the game. And you're getting support from the defense, the forwards, and Ryan Ouellette too.
You know what? It was, looking back on the video last week, it was what we thought it was live. And it was us beating ourselves. I mean, credit to Des Moines. They have a lot of good players there and whatnot. But you know what? It was us beating ourselves. We talked about it. It was about us kind of having confidence. Even though we gave up 4, it's easy to just kind of shrug your shoulders or feel down about it. But you know what? Again, that's the resiliency of our group. They respond in such positive ways to every single challenge that has been presented to them from day 1 of training camp up until this point. And our PK was huge there, especially in the first period there. They get 4 power plays, and to come out of that period, without giving up a power play goal, I believe we had the lead too at the end or whatnot. But credit to them. They're like I said, it just sums up our group. And you know what? It's some nights it's not going to go your way, but how do you respond to it? And we responded like men all week in practice, and they're a very good power play. They've been clipping at a pretty high percentage, and they did get one that we'll readdress there in the third. But when you give up 5 power plays to a team like that, they're bound to get one. And limiting them to 1 was important. Kept us in it and gave us a chance.
One last question for you. The spotlight, obviously it's the team win, but Nikolai Mayorov, the hyperbole of that goal is Jaromir Jagr against the Blackhawks in the early 90s. But he takes the puck to the far side corner, to the near side corner, finesses by a couple with a toe drag. Then he's got room at the left circle. I'm thinking that puck is going to get poked, it's going to get moved away, maybe he's going to pass it across, but Nikolai being Nikolai, welcome to Lincoln, and what a goal off the toe drag to give your guys a 5-4 lead. You went out and got him, and what does he bring to the table?
He's an offensive juggernaut, right? But I think it's given a lot of our guys confidence on the offensive side too. You ever since we've inserted him in the lineup, Aiden Thompson has a couple goals. Dom James has a couple points. Zach Erdahl has continued his torrid start. So he creates so much attention from your opponent, right? That all of a sudden, guys like Stanley Cooley and Cole Craft, and they're almost forgotten about. And all of a sudden, there it is. Cole Craft, gets his first one. So, I was kind of thinking on the bench, like, man, if that was me, I would have just probably given it to my defenseman. The 3 opportunities he had to go low to high, but that's why I'm coaching and why he's a dynamic player that we're having fun watching. So it was a big time goal for him. I know for him it was getting the monkey off his back. He puts a lot of pressure on himself from the offensive standpoint and understands why we went out and got him. So again, like, just to see the jubilation of the group, not only in Nicky after his goal, but our group in general in the locker room. It's that first time they're getting this feeling. So hopefully we can continue that.